and I guess welcome to my video. As the title says, I am going to be doing a tribalistic elf look today, and without further ado, let's get on started. I am just taking the Rimmel London SPF and Makeup Primer and applying it all over my face to protect my skin and pores. Using a large flat tipped brush, I am going to be dipping into my Crayolan Super Colour palette, which is filled with different coloured foundations, and I'll be using this one, which is 2 from the left when you're looking at it, and it is 2W. I'll be applying this as a light base all over my face. I will include my ears as I have some prosthetics to go on them later. I will also be applying this to my neck and chest area, as I will be painting them later on as well. Then taking a small flat brush, don't know if you can see that, there you go. I'll be using the MAC Correct and Conceal palette, and I'll be using the 2 top colours and mixing them together, going under the eyes and on top of any imperfections to conceal and cover. Now that I have all of my imperfections covered, obviously can't leave it like that, so I'll be using a fluffy brush to just blend it out around the edges. I prefer to use a fluffy brush when doing this, as I personally think that it creates a more natural and soft look. Same when it comes to the large flat brush, I find it makes it appear more natural and less cakey. Sorry, now that that's all blended in, I'll be using my Ben Nye Luxury powder to set it. Use it, taking my beauty blender, I will press it into the under eye area. This is called baking. Not quite making brownies, but hey ho, still quite fun when it comes to it. Now going in with a angled fluffy brush and the Hoola Benefit bronzer, I am going to be carving out my cheekbones and my forehead. Just adding a little bit of contour and contrast to sharpen the features. Doing the same on the jawline, because we all have a snatched jawline, and adding a tiny bit on the edges of the nose. Now going in with my spray bottle, I am going to lightly spray my brow suit using a spoolie brush to flick up all those hairs and keep them in place. Now using my Morphe Artistry palette and my double-sided brush on the other end of my spoolie, I will be dipping into this wonderful burnt orange shade, as the wig we will be wearing is an auburn colour, very similar to this. Now that we've blended out the baking powder, I am going to go in with a fan brush and this nice warm MAC highlight, applying it to the cheekbones, the upper lip, chin, nose, brow bone, and tiny bit on the forehead. Now for the fun part, using my Artistry palette again and a fluffy brush, I am dipping into this wonderful coffee colour and blending it into my outer corner, bringing it slightly under the eye, and then taking it up into my temple and slightly onto the forehead, making sure to blend very nicely. Then again, going in with the burnt orange colour we used on our brows and the same fluffy brush, I will be following the path that we have laid previously with the coffee colour. remembering to blend the whole time, as we do not want to see lines and we want it to look nice and smooth. And as we already know, same process, same step, I will be taking this light maroon colour right here, but rather than blending it as much, I will be making it more concentrated in the outer areas of the eye, slightly winging it out to yet again bring it into my temple and up onto my forehead. Again, last but not least, taking this wonderful dark plum colour, I am putting it in the shape of an outer V to create a more pointed look on my eyes. Again, bringing it into the temple and blending it up slightly onto the forehead to create this look. Then, using the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer, I shall be slightly carving out the inner part of my eye and applying that same highlight shade that we added to the cheekbones as an eyeshadow. Just using my ring finger, tapping it on. Now for the fun part. This is going to get messy though, considering glitter gets everywhere. So going in with my Glitter Fixer Gel from Barry M, I have just applied a light triangle underneath my eye. I will then be going in with a dense brush and my copper colour in Sprinkle Town and just packing it onto the lower eye, right where we have popped that glitter adhesive. Now, in my opinion, the more glitter the better. So I will be going in with these MAC glitters and this LMX glitter liner right over the same area, just to build up all the different colours and different sizes of glitter to create those tears and make them pop. I have just added on the gold and the slightly redder glitter, and now I will be going in with the liner, just adding a few lines in the centre, just a few dots to make it have a slight bit of texture. As you can see, we are glittering to the gods, so that is a very good sign. Remembering that the glitter does not have to be perfectly symmetrical, as tears never are. Moving the glitters aside and setting them there for later, as we will be using them again, I am just going to dip in with my ring finger yet again into the Haunted Lights Revolution highlighter, applying it into my inner corner just to brighten it up ever so slightly. Then, as I have already mentioned, we want to shine. So, going in with the Rosie for Autograph Radiance Highlight and a fluffy brush, I am just going to be adding that in a few patches alongside our blended eyeshadow up onto our thing. My apologies, the angle may be slightly different as being the Calamity Jane I am. I have just knocked everything over. Now, going in with a black water activated cake thing by Snazzaroo, I am going to be doing some eyeliner, trying to ensure that these are as even as possible. I believe this is as even as I am going to get them, as I'm going to be honest, eyeliner isn't my strong point. Now, going in with the Kiko Intense Long Lining Colour eyeliner in this beautiful white shimmery shade, I'm going to do a small dot on the tip of my nose and on the bridge of my nose. Just blend them in slightly with my pinky. And going into my inner corners, bring them down onto my waterline ever so slightly, my lower waterline, to yet again make this all pop. Same on my lip, just highlighting my cupid's bow, and on the very tip of my chin. Then going in on the cheeks, after I have done my triangle, I will be just where the contour is, drawing a thin line and slightly thickening it. A thin line is just to get the gist of where making a even thicker line below this first one, sort of like tiger stripes or zebra stripes, whichever you'd like to call it. And just drawing that out again, making sure it is as sharp and as opaque as possible. Underneath these two lines, I'm just going to be doing 3 small ones facing downwards. Repeat this on the other side. There we have it, our main tribal markings on the face. Now going with slightly smaller ones. So on the chin, I'm going to be doing a small triangle to simply mirror the one on the forehead, like so. I am then going to go in to a larger dot near the front of the brow, and then 4 smaller, just as it goes away towards the tail of the brow. Now that all our tribal markings on the face are done, I am going to go in and do our ones on the chest area. So I will be doing a slight zigzag, which will consist of 2 triangles, just using my finger to clean up that edge there, as I have smudged it a tad, like so, and then 1 line coming out following where the collarbone goes. We'll then be adding small lines like we did on the face here. Sorry, mirror is in the way. Like so. Now I am going to draw a line right up the side of my neck, and 1 just next to it, facing in the opposite direction, just where I will make this second line thicker than the first. Again, trying to make these as sharp and as opaque as I possibly can. Final tribal marking for this side will be a small triangle right in the centre of where our collarbone meets. I shall go through and repeat this all on the other side, as this can be quite a tedious process. I will also go through and neaten up some of the lines. There we have it, our finished tribal markings, which look even from what I can see. Now, as I mentioned, we will be bringing back in the glitter from earlier. This time we'll be going in with the biodegradable glitter, which is called unicorn glue. My apologies, I have the hiccups. And I will just be going along my collarbone, just sort of highlight it so it makes it look magical, and just on the top of my shoulder, as well. Ta-da! Then again with the MAC. This time I will not be using the darker of the two. I will only be using the more gold elf. I want to make these shine and glow in a lighter way rather than just standing out for the fact that there is a dark glitter on it. I want it to look almost like sparkly sweat, put it that way, sparkly sweat. As awful as it sounds, it is the goal to get that shimmer. I will now be moving on to the lips, and I will be using the Melted Matte Alec, wordplay there, by Too Faced, and this nice nude NYX colour. I will be applying the Too Faced to the outer corners of my lips, as it is a slightly darker colour, and as the name suggests, ever so slightly shimmery. I will then be going in with my NYX and applying that to the areas where we have not placed our Too Faced lipstick. Now, to finish off the eyes, I will be going in with a They're Real by Benefit, just one layer of that on my upper and lower lashes. This time it will be Better Than Explicit Word by Too Faced. Just applying this to, again, the top lashes and the bottom lashes, like so. For the bad boys, the Kylie Lashes by Sosu. I'll be using my eyelash glue, leaving it to get slightly tacky. Here we go, wait for it to get tacky. This is why we have applied the liner, as the roots to these lashes are very dark, and to help it blend in. Now it is time to remove our wonderful headband and reveal, ta-da, our stocking top, wig cap, whatever you'd like to call it. We'll be applying this, right, holding it, so currently does not look very wonderful, kind of looks like I've been dragged through a head backwards even. So I am going to clip these two parts together and then flip it back over. There we go. Now our wig is flipped over. My apologies, my ear has just fallen off. Maybe I've got gangrene, who knows. I have previously painted these ears, and I purchased them off of Amazon. They were just plain, but I painted them to try and go with this look. So just slipping them over my ears. There we go, there we have it. And then a headpiece that I have also purchased off of Amazon. Amazon is definitely my friend. Wish they would sponsor this, but maybe not. So there you have it, my tribal elf look. Hope you enjoyed the video, hope it was of some benefit, even though I doubt many will be recreating this. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you later. Goodbye.